Dad, when are you moving home?
Son, I love you. There's just some things I can't explain. You just have to trust me.
Hello, welcome to our RecapPlus channel with me, Matthew. Today we will watch a recap movie called Sleepless, released in 2017. This is a spoiler content video. So please turn on the subtitle and let's start the story. The movie begins with two masked men chasing a van. After a while, they collide with an SUV, forcing it into a wall. The two masked men get out of the car and force the driver to exit. When they are about to steal a bag from the trunk, another car suddenly arrives. Gunmen emerge, and a gunfight ensues. The two masked men, Vincent and Sean, are revealed to be undercover cops. They continue to fight the newly arrived criminals, and during the skirmish, they kill one of them just as the police arrive. When the criminals hear police sirens, they decide to flee in their cars. At the same time, Vincent and Sean seize the duffel bag and drive away before the police arrive. In the car, Sean discovers that the duffel bag contains 25 kilograms of cocaine, valued at several $million. The two officers hadn't anticipated a surprise attack by the criminals, and Sean becomes concerned that the criminals may have identified Vincent's face. Vincent returns home and receives a message from his wife instructing him to give their son a ride. It is revealed that Vincent is an internal affairs agent investigating a crime ring for 2 years. His partner, Sean, also collaborates with the criminals, but Vincent's main targets are casino owner Stanley Rubino and the gang's leader, Rob Novak. Next, Agent Jennifer enters the department with a cut on her face. Despite her colleagues' confusion, she narrates an incident to a police psychologist in which she attempted to dismantle a meth lab but was attacked by a criminal. Many colleagues consider her erratic, but Jennifer remains determined to participate in the investigation of the illegal substance ring. At the department, all officers, including Vincent, are briefed about the previous night's shooting. Vincent persuades the chief to assign the case to him and Sean. They arrive at the crime scene, where Vincent and Jennifer, meeting for the first time, collect evidence. Friction is evident between them as each vies to take control of the case. Later, Vincent visits the hospital to give his son Thomas a ride to sports practice. He discovers that his ex-wife, Dina, is engaged to another man. While Dina and Thomas are aware that Vincent has kept to himself since taking over the case, they are not privy to the case's details. Vincent offers Dina some stolen flowers and is incensed upon learning about her desire to marry. Nevertheless, she has no intention of reconciling with him. Vincent picks up his son, and as they drive, he attempts to explain to his son why he has been absent since taking on the case. Suddenly, the two are ambushed on the parkway. Two men attack Vincent and his son Thomas, stabbing Vincent in the abdomen and kidnapping Thomas. Almost immediately, Vincent receives a phone call from Rubino. Rubino knows that Vincent has stolen the cocaine and demands that Vincent bring it to his Luxus casino within 3 hours or face retaliation from Novak and his family. Meanwhile, Jennifer decides to investigate Vincent's life and past. At that moment, Vincent enters a public restroom to begin bandaging his wounds. Sean enters shortly after, and Vincent explodes at him, ordering him to bring the bag of stuff or else his son will be killed. Here, Vincent realizes they stole the bag from the wrong criminal and suspects that Sean is involved in it. However, Sean swears it was a mistake and goes to retrieve the bag immediately. Elsewhere, Novak tortures his cousin, a DEA informant, who is also one of the men Vincent and Sean shot while stealing the bag. Novak hangs the man upside down, shoots him with pellets, and orders his henchmen to cut out his cousin's tongue. Meanwhile, Thomas is locked inside a room, awaiting Novak's decision. In the evening, Vincent travels with the bag to Rubino's casino. On the way, Dina calls him to ask about her son's whereabouts. Vincent says they had a fight, and he ran away, and she is now looking for him. Vincent enters the casino, hides half the stuff in a garbage bag, and hangs it from the ceiling above a stall in the men's room. He then heads upstairs to negotiate with Rubino for Thomas's release. Simultaneously, Jennifer, suspecting Vincent of double-crossing her, arrives at the casino to investigate him. When she sees Vincent walking away with a bag, she enters the bathroom to see what it is. She starts looking for evidence inside the restroom. When the security guard discovers that she is an agent, he informs her that Vincent is also there. She rummages through the stalls and eventually finds the bag of stuff. Soon, she calls her coworker and informs him that she is right, Vincent is working with criminals. Meanwhile, Vincent is negotiating his son's release in exchange for the rest of the stuff. He reveals that he has hidden the other half and promises to deliver it in 10 minutes if his son is released. Rubino tells him that he is in trouble as the stuff belongs to Novak, a crazed criminal, far more ruthless than he is. However, he accepts Vincent's offer and gives him 10 minutes to bring him the rest of the stuff. Meanwhile, Jennifer takes the stuff to the women's locker room at the spa. When Vincent discovers that the bag is missing, he begins to worry and tries to find it. Novak arrives at the casino, pressuring Rubino to get the stuff, and Rubino asks him to wait another 10 minutes, offering him a drink. A little later, Novak begins to threaten Rubino, whose father, who runs an even larger criminal organization, will intervene. Security guards scan the surveillance cameras but cannot find Vincent, who crawls through ventilation pipes and arrives at a laundry room. After putting on a fancy costume, he enters a storage room where he starts putting sugar inside the bags to make them look like the real stuff. He goes to the bar and instructs them to bring a bottle of wine to Rubino's office. Vincent then hands over the bag with sugar, revealing that he is a police officer. However, he also lies, saying that officers have arrived to catch them, urging them to escape through the hidden exit. The waiter brings wine, and the criminals think it is the police. Novak thanks Vincent for the information and leaves. Rubino releases Thomas and orders Vincent to leave the casino. Later, Novak checks the contents of the bag and discovers that it is sugar, so he orders all his men to return to the casino. Meanwhile, Thomas joins his father, and they begin to leave the casino. Novak finds Rubino, telling him that he was given sugar, not the real stuff. Rubino, who claims to have Vincent's son, promises to bring him the real stuff, ordering his henchmen to find Thomas and bring him. Vincent and Thomas go into hiding, and Vincent's stab wound begins to bleed. He reveals to his son that he is involved in a big drug ring. Suddenly, Rubino's thug attacks the two, starting a fight in the kitchen. Thomas tries to help his father by intervening, and the henchman is subdued by Vincent, who throws him through a window into an office. Elsewhere, Novak orders his henchmen to inform the agents that he guarantees a prize for whoever brings Sean and Vincent to him. Vincent and Thomas attempt to escape through the club, but the boy is caught by the henchman on the dance floor. Novak talks to Rubino, threatening to kill him if he does not bring back the real stuff. Meanwhile, Jennifer and her co-worker search the casino for Vincent, but to no avail. The man advises them to return to the department and begin the investigation tomorrow. Vincent disguises himself as a hotel employee to go unnoticed. However, he runs into Jennifer, who recognizes him and pursues him. After a long chase, the two fight in one of the rooms. Vincent manages to chain her to the bed, explaining his involvement in the case and admitting that he has been an undercover agent for 2 years. He has had to keep this information from his family, and now his son has been kidnapped. In the process, Rubino and the henchmen beat Thomas but leave the door open after leaving. Thus, Thomas manages to escape the room and steal Rubino's phone. Jennifer reveals where she hid the stuff, and Vincent goes to the locker area. In the process, she breaks free and informs her partner Dennison about Vincent's location. Vincent looks for the bag, but it is gone. Dennison discovers it and gets into a fight with him. After a long fight, Vincent knocks him out in the hot tub but pulls him out before he drowns. Elsewhere, Thomas uses the phone and calls Vincent to inform him of his location. Soon, Sean arrives at the casino after Vincent asks him to bring him a police uniform. At the same time, a henchman arrives, and he and Sean simultaneously shoot each other. Dina also realizes that something is wrong, so she leaves the hospital and heads to the casino. When Vincent checks Rubino's phone, he notices a message from Dennison. He is working with Novak and has informed his superiors that the narcotics are missing and that Vincent may be able to locate them. Dennison and Jennifer find Sean's body. As she calls for backup, the man chokes Sean to death, knowing that Dennison is a cop who also works with criminals. Dennison tells Jennifer that he is going to meet with backup. He meets with Novak in the elevator. We discover that he protects Novak's business by paying off other agents. Novak knows the police are coming and threatens Dennison, saying he is not doing what he is paid to do. However, Dennison says that in the department, he has a list with Novak's data and his family, and if he kills him, their business in Vegas will be shattered. Next, Vincent creates chaos in the nightclub, fighting against Rubino's henchmen. He breaks champagne bottles and kills the thugs before fleeing with Thomas. They get into an exhibition supercar and drive away as Novak shoots at them. Rubino attempts to flee but is stopped by Jennifer Dennison and a group of other officers. Vincent and Thomas make their way to the parking lot but are chased by Novak's henchmen. Vincent gets out of the car and orders his son to drive away while he takes care of the henchman. Next, Novak starts spraying tear gas canisters all over the garage. When a henchman approaches Thomas, Vincent arrives and starts fighting him. Because of his injuries, he collapses on the ground. When another goon arrives to shoot him, Thomas gets into an SUV and hits him. Soon, a thug is about to shoot Vincent and Thomas, but Dina arrives and kills him with a gun she picked. Then Novak approaches and starts firing an automatic rifle. Vincent comes out and tries to bargain with him, but he shoots Vincent in the chest. Vincent collapses to the ground but survives and fatally shoots Novak. On their way to the hospital, Vincent calls Jennifer and alerts her of Denison's corruption. At this point, she tries to shoot Denison, now that she knows the truth, but he grabs a gun and shoots her first. He then kills Rubino and the driver of the car, causing it to flip and crash. Moments later, other officers arrive. Denison claims Rubino has gone mad and killed Jennifer, but the woman gets out of the car and orders the officers to arrest Denison. Jennifer and Vincent are both transported to the hospital. Dina and Thomas are sitting by Vincent's bed when he wakes up. Jennifer enters Vincent's room, and he compliments her on her police work. Next, the CSI team is cleaning out the garage where Novak and his henchmen were found murdered. Novak's phone rings and the caller is his father. A DEA agent on their payroll answers the phone and informs Novak's father that there is a problem, telling him about his son's death. To watch more video like this, click on the videos on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last I will say stay safe and stay healthy. See you next videos.